You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Real Housewives of New Jersey After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Real Housewives of New Jersey After Show.
Woo! Yeah. Hi, everyone. Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another show, and this is a big one. It's the season premiere of Real Housewives of New Jersey, one of our favorite installments.
Yeah, baby.
Woo! This is season 4, the very first episode, and it's so big, we had to do it on another night. So the show came on last night, but hey, it's that big, it needs its own night for us to talk about it. But before we get started, I want to introduce my lovely co-host for this evening. It's a lean crew, but hey, it's going to be fun. Doesn't matter. We're going to dish. So I'm going to give it to Susan.
Thanks, Dee. I'm Susan Hahn. I'm a makeup artist, been doing makeup for over 10 years, and I'm also a housewife.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Every housewife has their drama.
And before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you rate us on iTunes, you tweet us, you tell your friends, because we want all of you to come back, tweet, talk, and so you can hear more of us every day, all right? So it's time for us to dig in. First of all, I was so much anticipating this season opener, okay?
So was I,
because last season just left us with the biggest cliffhanger with the reunion, okay? Yeah. It was dun, 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 dun. Jacqueline did not show up for the reunion, which, of course, we know that that's like never happened in the history of Housewives.
No, ever.
So the season starts with, we get a little recap of what's happening, and...
I mean, it looks like it's Teresa against the world, or at least Teresa against Jersey.
Tell me about it. This whole episode.
Allow me from the booth to jump in. It seems so interesting that Teresa is this crazy woman.
Yes.
Because I haven't watched a lot of the Housewives of Jersey. I've seen it occasionally, and I know she's the table flipper, but I watch her on Celebrity Apprentice, and she, if anything, is like dingy and goofy and sweet as can be. We haven't seen this angry side, and now
it's like, will the real Teresa please stand up?
I know.
Because I don't even know who's who.
I think that Teresa on The Apprentice is like her alter ego. I think she's trying to be liked. She's trying to win some money. She's around Donald Trump, because on the show, she's a completely different person.
She's a completely different person. And as much as a hot mess as she is on The Real Housewives of New Jersey,
Susan.
I have to say I'm still a big fan of hers. I don't know. Until I see it with my own eyes, I'm still a fan of hers.
Well, okay, let's get started talking about the episode, because it starts out with Teresa's book.
Right.
And we all know from last season that Teresa had this great new cookbook. She just launched it, but she made a lot of digs at her friends and family. Which she tried to claim that it was, it's a funny.
Yeah,
it's a funny.
joke,
it's a joke. But it was, she said a lot of hurtful things. And, you know, the season starts out where we see the Manzo family, Caroline Manzo, getting together with
her sons.
With her sons. And it's this big reunion.
Yes.
And then the other part of the family, so Teresa's family, so her brother Joe,
his wife,
the
Melissa.
Wakilis, they went somewhere down on Tom's River. So immediately we had this divide, you know, right at the beginning. So what did you think?
Well, you know, I think that Teresa is, you know, in all honesty, having a lot of problems with her family.
Yeah.
And Joe's been... There's repeated rumors about him cheating on her.
Yeah.
You know, he's been caught in Atlantic City. He's been caught at diners, anywhere and everywhere. Even his 11-year-old daughter, Gia, calls him out.
I know. That was horrible.
And, you know, it's still a show. And I think that Teresa is putting up a very strong front. I don't know if it's for the sake of the girls. I mean, I don't know. And maybe she's just not all there. I don't know. Like her brother knows her best, and he's just like, she's just not the Teresa that we know her as.
Do you think she's kind of playing dumb? Because like I feel like the comments that she made in her book, like about Caroline's sons, about the car wash, or about like not really being Italian and knocking Caroline's food, like do you really think she thought that that was funny and it was going to be perceived that way?
I think that she's not playing dumb. I think she kind of is actually a little dumb. Not, I mean, let's just keep it real. She wrote a cookbook and she pronounced cumin a cumin. It's, you know what I mean? It's, I don't think she's that bright. In that sense.
Yeah, I hate that one. Yeah.
Use, all of use. Actually, I
what
love that one.
What are you doing?
I love that one. That's, you can't touch that one. But no, I think she doesn't play dumb. I think she kind of is, and I think she's just so caught up in putting up a front.
But is that an excuse for her behavior? Is that excusing like hurting the people that she loves, especially like in a book? It's out there for the world to see.
I don't think it's an excuse. I think that she is somewhat of still very immature and an adolescent. If you see her younger brother, she's got 4 kids.
Like, when are you gonna grow up? Come on.
I mean, I totally, completely agree with you on that. But just because you have kids doesn't make you an adult,
right?
And there's different meanings to being a mother. And even when she has arguments with her younger brother, she's so like tries to one up him. Like, see, you did the same thing too, and she's so quick to call him out on something that's so pointless. Right. But again, I'm still a fan of hers. I don't know why.
Well, in this episode too, we also saw Caroline and Teresa have a conversation, and it was kind of a moment where it's like, okay, are they going to bury the hatchet about the book and move on? But I think in Caroline's eyes, she just wanted, for Teresa to say, okay, I said it.
Of course.
I'm sorry. Let's move on. But I think the apology that Teresa gave her, I don't think it was that genuine,
it definitely
because
wasn't
it still was her saying, oh, I made a funny. It wasn't saying, you know what, like, these are your feelings. I acknowledge your feelings. I'm sorry I hurt them. Let's move on. It was still, I didn't mean to do that, so I don't think the air is clear yet. What do you think?
I think that I totally agree with you on that. Yeah. And I think that she has that Michael Jackson syndrome where she hasn't really grown up yet. I love MJ.
That's a good, I know you do.
I think that she has that Michael Jackson syndrome where she does really, truly, I don't think she believes that it's harmless. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, she's very, not that she's defensive, she's just like, what do you mean? And I mean, if you see her on, what Ronnie mentioned earlier, Celebrity Apprentice, she's just not very bright. She's not very bright.
I don't know. That leads me to the next part of the episode where we see her brother and her sister-in-law, and then her cousin, the Wakilis. They're down, partying at another place. And another thing I wanted to bring up, and I kind of got a little inside information on this one, but we're starting to hear a lot more from Kathy's sister, Rosie. Because remember, Rosie was like really silent, and you just saw her in the background last season with her hats, and she was just, didn't say much. But the season opener, we heard Rosie's mouth.
And I love
and I think
Rosie.
I love it.
I love me some Rosie.
And I know Andy Cohen loves Rosie. Yes. So I think this is going to be a big season for Rosie, but she was really also very vocal about how she feels about Teresa and the situation. And I was also, it was interesting to hear Kathy's husband, who they like to call the Lebanese Jeff Goldblum, which I think is hilarious.
Yes. But he always has something to say about her.
He does, but like they had a lot of nasty things to say about her. What did they say? Like, burn that bitch. Rhymes with Stitch.
I had to say I'm sorry, but there's just no nice way to get around it. Burn that bitch down or burn her cookbook. And I mean, but he's always has something to say, and I mean, I think, like I said, I mean, her husband might go to jail. We still don't know what's going on with that. Right. There's endless rumors about him cheating on her.
I know. I mean, they've been all over the tabloids.
Bankruptcy and I mean, this poor woman, obviously she's just not in her right state of mind. And he, I mean, I understand that his wife is having some problems with his cousin, but that's just what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's between the ladies. It's between family blood. It's just you know.
it's so sad to see a true family because
Yeah.
and with this installment of the Housewives, these are real family relationships.
Oh, yeah.
They're not created relationships
Right.
like I know some of the other
Right. They're
housewife
not
franchises
Olive
are.
Garden Italian families.
No, I mean this is they're real families. These are brothers and sisters and close
Cousins.
friends. So when the cameras are off, there's real stuff happening. So I
Yeah.
think we all need to keep that in mind. And then that also leads me to talk about Teresa's comment to her brother's wife, Melissa. Basically, she called him and says, well, if a richer guy came along, Melissa's going to be out the door. Like, how hurtful is that when you're supposed to, they're trying to mend fences right now? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, like I said, Teresa is just very immature.
Yeah.
I don't think she's.
I'm not giving her a pass. I'm not. She's got to be a lot more responsible with the things that she says as a mom, as, now she's this, I don't know, public figure. She's
Yeah.
on The Apprentice. People are seeing her. So
Yeah.
I don't know how sorry I'm feeling for her.
It is interesting to see how different they have evolved. I never really watched season 1, but I know that Bravo was running a bunch of the season 1
Yes.
shows. And Teresa looks so different. I caught a couple episodes as I was on the computer, and you see it in the background. She just looks so different, so much more evolved now physically. I don't know if that means she's smarter. Clearly not.
That's that New Jersey spray tan going on, amongst other things, I'm sure, But she has, I think, just kind of like we were talking about before, just her being on Apprentice and being like the one breakout star, I think, so far for the show. I think she's starting to change a little bit. And I was actually reading an article today on Huffington Post. It was actually really funny, basically talking about Teresa didn't support the season premiere with the other housewives. She took a step back and basically they were saying she's starting to follow in Bethany Frankel's path. So how Bethany Frankel she had her mindset on doing her skinny girl stuff and launching her brand and all that. So that's what they're starting. That's the buzz about Teresa right now.
Well, that's a smart move for her because I know she's really hated. I mean, she has one person that's, backing her. I'm not saying I'm fully backing her, but I don't know. I'm still a fan of hers. And until we really see what's...
But wait, the question I got to ask, is she in Bethany Frankel's ballpark at all? I mean, Bethany
No.
Bethany is a 10 plus. I mean, she's just such, she's invented this stuff, from when the time she went on Martha Stewart's Apprentice. Like, she is business. Teresa in the same category. That's so funny to me. But in the defense of Teresa, I'll say maybe she didn't go to the premiere because it was the same night that, Celebrity Apprentice is really getting good. I actually thought maybe it would have been interesting if she got voted off Celebrity Apprentice the same day as the premiere. So I don't know that that's a diss that she didn't show up for the premiere party.
I mean, I think to be if it weren't for the Housewives, she wouldn't have had The Apprentice. So I do think it's kind of a diss. You know what I mean? Like that, if it weren't for that show, that's your bread and butter. It's like, don't, bite the hand that feeds you.
But at the reunion, it was, besides Jacqueline, it was 3 against 1, and they were pounding her pretty hard,
She kind of did.
Yeah, she did ask
you
for it,
know?
but it's when you have so much privately and publicly going on at home,
Right.
sometimes you just can't even deal with it. What is she gonna say? What is she gonna say?
She's trying to sell books.
Yeah, she's trying to sell books. She's trying to win back some of her fans.
Exactly.
On Apprentice.
Well, and if you're selling books, that means you're buying books. And if you're buying books, why even get up off the couch? You're
read
online.
my mind.
Diona, are we right here together?
We are right here, Ronnie. Yes.
I will say, if you are online shopping because you don't want to get up, I understand, be at home, be on the computer, be on AfterBuzzTV.com. You can go to Amazon doing that on your own, but that's cool or whatever. But you're like, hey, we're a fan of Diona Vaughan and Susan Hahn. That rhymes. And we want to support. We want to support these AfterBuzz shows. So my thing is, to do that, you ask us, how can we support? And I'm going to tell you, by going through our new affiliate program with Amazon, it's simple. You buy everything that you would have bought on Amazon anyway. We're not making you buy anything in specific, but whatever you do buy, do it through our site. It's AfterBuzzTV.com. You go on the top right side. There's a little banner, and if you click on that banner, we get a little bit of a kickback, and we continue to make this studio bigger and better, and all these beautiful hosts.
And
That's it.
You know what, Ronnie? I actually went online, and I made a purchase through the Amazon banner on AfterBuzz TV last night. I bought myself a new iPhone cover, So it's very easy. It's quick. Woo! And again, just like you said, Ronnie, it helps support the show. Tell your friends, if you already shop on Amazon.com, it's a real easy thing to just migrate over to AfterBuzzTV.com, click on that banner, and it'll be the gift that keeps on giving back and forth. So
In order to make the shows bigger
Exactly.
and better.
In
The
order to make shows
AfterBuzz
bigger and
chatters who watch every show and they really love you guys, this is what
Yeah.
they're telling me. Is, I love Diona Vaughan. I love Susan Hahn. they were like, Ronnie, you know what you should buy? You should buy another hat because I wear the same hats over and over. So, we listen to our fans. Anyways,
Yeah.
back to these housewives because they are obviously crazy. Can
Yeah.
I tell you which one I don't like the most?
Who don't you like, Ron?
I'm a hater to the redhead, Caroline.
Caroline?
Not my
I
favorite.
love
Well,
her.
here's it. Caroline is like the matriarch, not only of her family, but she's kind of like the matriarch of
She's
the
like
show.
Mother Hen.
She's Mother Hen. She's the one who has her head on straight.
Mm-hmm.
She's strong. She's confident. Everybody can count on Caroline just to, just be the peacekeeper, so to say. And why don't you like her? I love her.
You don't think she stirs up the pot a little bit too, and is too
No.
maybe no?
I don't think
I don't
she's a
love her. I don't know.
monster.
Actually, I kind of see her punking out a little bit. She's not like the Caroline
don't talk about
that
my
I
Caroline
love
like
Miss
that.
Caroline, and I understand
Miss
that
Caroline.
she is going through some menopause,
I
but
know.
she is
Hot
not
flashes.
that feisty, woman that I'm used to seeing, where she,
Well, you know
would
what?
never allow anybody to talk about her family, let alone her kids.
But you know what? I think could be a reason behind it, and we started to see this at the end of last season, is that Caroline and her sister Dina, who also used to be part of the first 2 seasons,
Right.
they're having a little rift right now,
Right.
and it's because of the show.
Right.
And we all know how important family is to her.
Right.
She's got like
Right.
a good, a half dozen sisters and brothers, but right now, from what I've been reading, they still they haven't mended their relationship. So I can understand how that could change things.
Teresa and Dina are apparently
friends,
like BFFs,
right?
So I'm sure that is getting
That's
to
got
Caroline.
to burn. Yeah, it would burn
Yeah.
anybody. So let's move on to another family. How about Jacqueline and her tore up from the floor up daughter, Ashley?
First of all, her hair.
Ashley,
her
what are you
hair.
doing? Ashley, we like you as a brunette. Please switch it back. I get change. You're in beauty and makeup, so.
Yeah, that's not working for her.
But I don't like it,
No.
Ashley. I'm sorry, honey. And just she's
The views
just
expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
sorry. But yeah, so we get to see, basically Jacqueline and her daughter Ashley, they're in the same place. They're
Yes.
frustrated.
Yes.
And, ultimately she gets kicked out again.
It's
So-
just it keeps going around and
Yeah,
around and around. And
right?
Chris finally is putting the foot down.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how he.
We'll see if it sticks.
Yeah, exactly. But she's gonna
Because-
go to Vegas. I understand that.
Yeah,
there's,
her aunt and uncle
but
are in Vegas.
I don't know. Vegas.
That
the right
girl's
place
gonna
for-
be crazy in
that
Vegas.
girl's gonna
Are
be
you
at Crazy
kidding
Horse or
me?
Spearmint Rhino doing something.
Please.
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
gonna be dancing on somebody's
Oh, yeah.
table at town.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we know where that's headed.
I know,
You know
right?
what I mean? Just know that we called it
Totally.
here first.
You heard it here first. Susan and Diona.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
But I think, Ashley's like a broken record. And I was really hoping that by now, 4th season, I was hoping we would have seen some improvement with her behavior. She would have grown up a little bit.
I mean,
her and
that
her
girl
mom
is
would have
damaged.
connected.
Well, Ronnie mentioned earlier that there was just like the marathon of the New Jersey Housewives leading
Yeah.
up to the premiere, and I didn't like Danielle, and when she ripped out
Danielle
her
Staub, yeah.
and when she ripped out her extensions, they had to go to court and whatever, and that girl
Light
had
and
no
love, baby, light and love. Remember when she said
yes,
that?
but that girl has no remorse. She was like, I don't care, I
Yeah.
don't care. And I know Jacqueline was like, what's wrong with her? She
Yeah.
just has no fear in her. Has no remorse.
I don't know.
I
But what? She's
mean,
like 22 years old right
she's
now.
20. She's still
And-
living.
And you would think that just from her cousins, from Albie and Chris and
Which,
Lauren,
so
like,
cute. Those
yeah,
boys
I
are
love them.
so adorable.
And FYI, I wanted to say that I tweeted Greg
love
today,
Greg.
and
Such
Greg
a
would,
cutie.
and he tweeted me right back, and he was very flattered that we wanted him to call in on the show. He couldn't do it tonight, but he is going to hopefully do it in the near future. So
Nice.
can't wait to hear from Greg, and he can give us some extra juice on what's
Yes.
happening. So
Yes.
yeah, just a little plug for Greg.
Well, Teresa, I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards the oh no, I got to drop you. But until she really does something,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna back up my girl.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a loyal fan.
That's
What can I say?
She's got at least one.
I sympathize. She has 4 daughters, and she has
Yeah.
a hot mess of a husband, like Juicy Joey or whatever they call
Yeah.
him. Disgusting.
Goomba. That's what they say, you know, like I used to live in New York. And
Yes.
It's kind of like the, you know,
Yes.
Joey, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm kind of feeling for Melissa. I really do, because she's the sister-in-law. She's trying to do right by her husband and trying to, you know, she wants the family to be together, but Teresa keeps making digs at her. And every time they try and take a step forward, you got Teresa in her brother's ear saying, oh, you know, Melissa would, you know, move on if she met a richer guy. So it's just, I don't know. I feel for Melissa. I do.
I mean, I think Melissa and her husband Joe said it perfectly. You know, she's so unhappy in her home life and her marriage that maybe she's doing it consciously or unconsciously. She is just trying to ruin everybody else, like, you know, ruining their marriage.
And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the kids who lose, you know, because
But she's
her
a kid
brother,
herself.
I know, but her brother like loves her children. You even heard what he said. He said, you know, whatever you need, you know, I'm always going to be there for your kids. You know, I'll write you a check.
Yes.
You know, and to have that kind of unconditional love, especially when you're going through some money issues.
But that girl is so prideful. She's not going to take it, and she doesn't, or at least she's not going to admit that on national TV.
I don't know. I mean, that's got to be hard too for the husband as a role of provider, you know, that you can't provide for your family, stuff's going on, blah blah blah. But I don't know. I hope it gets better. I hope they mend fences.
I'm so excited for this
season is just
I'm so
off the chain.
Yes, I'm so excited to see what unfolds.
I am. And we didn't really see a lot of, you know, the kids, you know, the Albie, Chris, you know, we saw a little bit, you know, in the beginning, just with the whole barbecue, but I love seeing their interaction and, you know, getting their take on things because they have a different perspective. But you know what? We got a commercial coming up, and we are going to come back with some predictions for next week.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
All right, we are back from that lovely little commercial interlude. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you are enjoying the show, because we are having big fun talking about
Lots
this.
of fun.
I mean, you would think that these people were in our family.
Yeah,
You would think that their last name was Vaughn, or my last name was Manzo, and I was Italian, because I love it. It's great. But we want to talk about predictions for next week. So time for some spoilers.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I am predicting that Ashley is not going to end up going to Vegas.
Well, you know that they left that as a cliffhanger, you know, that Chris came in and said, hey, you know, talk to your aunt and uncle, pack it up, you know, get on a plane. So I do wonder, you know, what's going to happen there. Is she really going to go? Is she going to stay? Are we going to see much from her? So that's definitely a huge, huge cliffhanger. And then the other piece that we still don't, you know, have much information about is, why wasn't Jacqueline at the reunion?
Because she was emotionally unstable.
Well, we wanted. I wanted.
Of course,
I want that
think
address.
We all want that address.
Yeah,
you know?
I need to hear
all
more.
fingers are pointing at Miss Teresa, so we're gonna have to, you know, wait and see what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, so I really want to hear more about that. Like, why wasn't she there? What's going on with Ashley? Obviously, the saga with Teresa is going to be, you know, that's going to continue throughout the whole season, I'm sure.
I think it has something to do with her husband and the cheating rumors.
I think I think there's something to be said about those cheating rumors because remember, I mean, not
Even in
that,
the
not that I
car
want to
ride.
like rewind
Right,
really quickly,
right.
but you know, even in the car and the whole family, and Gia is just saying, "Dad, what are you talking about, ladies?" So even the little girl knows. It's just like, come on. So that's my prediction too. I think we're gonna learn a lot more about these affairs with Joe, and
I can't
all
wait.
right, I can't wait. Real quick, I just want to buzz about what you're doing, Susan. You want to give everybody your handle for Twitter, where to reach you?
Follow me on Twitter at It's Susan Hahn, ITSSUSANHAHN, and you can follow me at itssusanhahn.com.
God, you have anything fun going on, Susan?
Just this. What about? No, nothing else this week. It's kind of slow week. Just auditioning.
All right, I know,
some
week to
stuff.
week.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to reach me, Diona Vaughan, I'm on Twitter at GoToGirlTV. That's GOT Girl TV. And you can tweet me for all different kinds of tips, tricks, fashion, AfterBuzz, whatever you want. And it's been a lot of fun. And we will see you guys next week. We'll have a full crew too. Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.